I'm IBlue Cosplay. It's like a little round shoulder wrap around certain round edges or round 3D round cut right there. Curved round shape. We now have a pattern. You're pushing them together. Now we have a pattern shape right there. Alright, so here's another way to make patterns, right? You say, I'll make something a little larger, something a little large. Something that's a little 3D kind of out there, not just something that fits my body. Let's go ahead and do that. So, you say, alright, I need some kind of shape, right? Let's say you wanted to do something like a big, large, round bracelet or something. Okay, so you say, okay, round bracelet, no big, right? So, first, we gotta figure out how big is your arm or how big is this part right here, you know? So, we get our plastic wrap. Alright, simple plastic wrap. Alright, let's see. That should be enough. Alright, and then we're gonna wrap it around our arm. Right here. Good, alright? Let's go and get some taper down. And then let's tape up our arm. Of course, make sure not to put any of this tape onto your hairs because then you start ripping yourself with ripping the hairs off of your arms. That'd be pretty hard. Oof. Like, okay. First part. Now we need something a little larger. Like a larger piece. So you're like, alright, what do I do, right? So, you're like, okay. Now we have to get our other piece. Now we get our tissue paper or, you know, bathroom tissue. And you say, alright, well, let me see how large the circumference is going to be, right? Alright, I want it to be about yay large, right? Yay large. So, go ahead and we tape a little bit to keep the ring shape. Say, alright, we determined how large the shape's going to be. So we get some tape down. And we say, okay, so it's going to be a large, big shape like that, right? Get some of our tissue paper, use that as a filler. So, alright, put some on the top, inside there. Trying to fill up those areas. Alright. This seems to be fine. So you find your tape right here. And you wrap it around lightly. Alright, so once you figure out how your shape is forming, you're like, alright, you got a good idea of how the shape is, so you pull that foam out, right, or you pull the tissue out, you're like, alright, and you have an idea how the shape is going to be, then you start to refine it. So you can get some tape here. And take some of this tissue and then force push underneath. So when you layer on tape, you start to rub inside, get that nice round shape that you're going for. Yeah? So then everything's good punish. So you just push up on underneath the foil. Basically kind of pressing it in to create a 3D form. Just keep on doing that. That's it. The method's pretty simple. It's so fast you could just like make something quick in like 10 minutes. You know, it's that quick. It's quite cool. Yeah. Kinda got my round shape that I need, and I also have my shape right here. So what do? We cut them off. Or you also gotta be real careful. Nice pair of scissors. You pull upon the shape and you just cut. Alright. You cut. Be careful, of course. You won't cut yourself. Alright, so we're cutting this part. And there we go. There's our shape right there. And we have our overly large shape right here. Okay, I need this. I'll need everything, just the little parts right here. Alright, say alright. It's lining up. So you want to make sure everything's lined up. He's like, okay, what's the orientation of this item, right? The orientation, you say, okay, it's got the top. I'm saying it's going to be right here, on the top right here. So we put big OT right there. Say big top right on the top. Make sure you know where you're cutting. You say, well, the middle point should be right there, on the bottom right there. So go ahead and make that shape. Alright. Now we got the big, large shape right here, right? Let's go ahead and cut all this unnecessary stuff on the side. Also be careful with foil too, because it's a little sharp as well. So bear in mind. Now do mind that sometimes you get mistakes or little mistakes. You can always recorrect them, so don't feel like, oh my gosh, it didn't go as well as I thought it would. You can always redo the process, and it's like, okay, like I said, it was quick, 5-10 minute making process. Like, okay, shape this, shape this, shape this. So don't feel bad or anything like that. We want to refine that. Make sure it's all uniform. So let's go ahead and make our cut. Alright, let's make our cut here. Unnecessary parts, be gone. Now, we got our bottom shape and we got our top shape right here. So, there we go. Big shape, small shape. Okay. See, we don't really have to make too many big, large, any middle cuts or anything like that, because it generally is flat on the surface. Yeah, of course you might need some pump up right with a heat gun, but other than that, it's pretty alright. We'll be fine with this. So, just mark my shape on there. Now we got the T right there as the top indicator, and also orientation as well. Let's do our little part right here. Little T, or the little one, and then we got the big one. So let's head and do our cuts. Alright, we got our first little cut right here. Make sure check it wraps around your arm. It's like, alright. Yeah, it kind of wraps around my arm. Alright, I'm good on that part. Let's go do the next part. Alright, now we got the other cut right over here. Now sometimes when you're cutting, you'll make a more straighter cut than how you draw. So sometimes just trust your cutting skills. When you're cutting, you're like, hey, it's not that crooked. Now you know it's not that crooked, so you just make a nice curved cut, or sometimes a nice straight cut. A lot of times these things are very static, or the blades are static, so when you're cutting, you shouldn't feel the need to go this way and that way, this way, that way. It should be more like this way, or turn cuts like that. So, like I said, trust your blade when it's going straight. You're like, okay, it's going straight, you know? So yeah, there it is, the big, large one right here, and the little one right here. So now we have to figure out, how do we fill this big, large gap area, right? Or how do we make the circle, or the donut, as I like to call it, the donut, from in here and in here? They're like, okay, I need a donut. Alright, so for this next process, we're gonna need some construction paper. You can get a lot of these either at Walmart or Home Depot or any home improvement stores. So we need to figure out how to make that circle, right? That donut. So get some piece of construction paper. I bought this large roll for $10. I need to get a shaping of a round cut right here. So, alright, let's see what we got here. So, try to make a nice circle as possible. If not, then try to find something around that matches the inward of your shape right here. Let's see here. Okay, I need that kind of circle. And you mark inside the circle. Alright, and then of course refine the circle, make sure it's curved enough and all that. Say, okay, we've got our circle right here. So there it is, a circle. Now, we need to do the same thing with our other part right here, the little small one. Actually, I think it's supposed to be the other way. Supposed to circle outwardly of the circle itself. So, we have our donut right here, but we know that there's a split for both parts, so we're going to make a split in right down here. Boom. So, now we have a split part. Go ahead and cut this shape out. Outer circle cut. Oh, there's a little round donut top. It's supposed to wrap around there, and that's supposed to wrap inside there. Alright, let's cut it. Just slowly cut through. And now you have your wedge. So when you put your pieces together, this part should wrap around the outside like, kind of like this. Oh, weird. It's like a top hat almost. You know, if your shape is not big enough, you always can make bigger cuts. Then that other part right there, you cut that piece right there. It's supposed to line up in that. There, cut. And it's supposed to wrap like that. It's supposed to have your tube. So let's get this all together. So, like you said, we got our glue right there inside the area right here. Then we also have the glue on the edges. And for the cuffs, right, we're gluing the outer side of the edge. Then for the bigger cuff, we're going inside of the edge. So when you're constructing, you gotta think, connecting this part to this end, then this part into the inside. Good. Line it up, line it up. Take your time, of course. What's nice about this is it almost looks like you can also make like big large guns without like having too much foam, because like I said, it's just a kind of an empty shell. So you're not like using foam. It's just, oh, just cut this part, cut this in, and then boom, you got that. So kind of like a little can right here, which is cool. Let's glue the inner part of this cylinder. Glue that part, wrap it around, and say, oh, I guess doubles a bit too much, right? No problem. Go ahead and just cut that part off. It's basically this extra part right here. So let's get that off. Scissors. It's amazing. And then there we go. We have our little arm bracelet. Yeah. Of course, you do the same process when you do it in the other end. Or you just like it that way, and you can do that same. And then, so, put your arms through here. And boom. Got your big bracelet. Yeah. Look at that. Of course, you can also close it up with like some kind of Velcro or things like that. Of course, that's another video, right? You know, using Velcro and connecting pieces together, foam pieces. But yeah, here's your big thingamajigger right there. Big bracelet. Alright, so we got our arm bracelet, right? And then we also have a little shoulder piece right here. Now remember, any of these type of patternings you can do on different sorts of body parts and stuff. So it's not just limited to just arm parts or anything like that. You can do this for your knees to make little shin guards or anything like that. Or you can make breastplates or little things like that. Get some foil and put things together, and then get some tape and shape and form it to your body. Or if you want to go beyond in 3D, just, you know, get some of that foil and get some of that tissue and then press around and make larger shapes, and then boom, now you have this big large round shape that you wanted, and then boom, that's it. So there's different ways of going with it, so there you go. Hope this helped out. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, you can like, share, subscribe to this channel. Boom.